Start recording. We are recording now. Cool. So, in the words of the greatest Marinho ever, so hello, future people. Uh,
Amazing.
Today we're gonna start our Monday project. Lyceum is in hold now, and you're gonna do a Mahjong implementation. Yeah, it's kind of like a similar concept of what we did in one of the Lyceum sessions that we already started doing the thing there. But we're gonna basically like, oh, this is too easy now that we have the tooling done. Let's just start from scratch. Why not?
Yeah,
Uh,
we're gonna do it in the browser.
yeah.
And
So
sadly, very sadly, Nathan is not here to witness this.
yeah, Nathan would be very happy of our choices this time because we're gonna use Erlang again, but this time in the form of LFA, and we're gonna use Rescript for the rendering. So what I'll be doing now, we are trying basically do the tooling. Usually we try to avoid doing sessions about tooling because they are boring and I always get these things swapped, of course. But well, projects also have boring parts, as we all know. And Rescript. So Rescript. And the first thing that is always great is that because this is a browser thing,
We
um,
have to deal with npm.
yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, we have to deal with npm. And we're gonna have to discover how to do that at some point. I don't know if it's gonna be today because I do happen to have Node like npm installed in my thing, so we can actually just follow the Rescript tutorial to get stuff done. But it'd be kind of nice. It would be kind of nice to uh, do something else. And I don't have. That's actually kind of funny. I don't have a mode for this, um, which is well, it's been a while. So they do have this in Melpa. Um, so there is some not so good things in there. Some warnings and stuff. But what happens if I actually ask, okay, do it this for me? Okay, I see, see. Uh,
Colors. Amazing colors.
yeah, but how do you actually do your stuff? So I don't want to integrate anything. I just want to run whatever you gave me. Actually, now that I think about it, the instructions to do that, although they definitely should be in the in the documentation. Uh, okay, so you're basically doing install, then you do this thing. So let's actually see what happens if I do that. So if I do this type of thing, something happen. Hard to tell if it's a good thing or not. Uh, and then run. To run, we actually need a node instead of an npm. Do I have that? That would be kind of, yeah, I do have it. Is 100% not not the latest, and it's broken. How awesome.
Oh,
Uh,
apparently it compiled to an MJS file instead of a JS file.
yeah, there is some sort of module thingy that I saw Zozin playing around with it, but I have absolutely no idea what they are for.
That's from ECMAScript 6, I think. It's basically like there was a de facto standard JavaScript packaging system, but the standards body, the committee that actually standardizes JavaScript, was like, nah, let's make our own.
Mm, I see. Cannot find module that Mahjong source demo. I am confused. Do I need to do the other steps as well? Maybe? Like, are you asking me Well, at this point, who cares? So let's install. Okay. Then you do the build, which we already did. There it is. Then there is the clean, which again, I'm assuming you don't need to do that, but okay. Then there's this other thingy, which is build and watch. So now we're watching. We're watching paint dry, apparently.
Uh, it doesn't say. Oh, that's just.
And now it doesn't work. So is this a complete fail on a getting started of Rescript?
Try running the MJS file instead of the. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, this is a complete failure then. Fail. Fail, fail, fail. Okay, we definitely should have tried the MJ instead. Is this JavaScript then?
Yeah, see, it's generated by Rescript.
And I also don't have a mode for this.
You don't
Do I
have a
have?
mode for JavaScript? Oh, maybe it just doesn't recognize the file extension, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I can add a hook later. Well, assuming that I need to read this type of stuff. I don't want to, but maybe.
That's compiler output. It may be helpful for debugging, but you normally don't look at that, right?
Okay, so there is some
There's
things.
some BS there.
Of course. Okay, so um, let's try to do. Well, this is a very boring Hello World. Like they really tried and succeeded in saying, man, what would be the most boring and an impressive thing we can ever manage? Okay, a Hello World that actually doesn't go into the browser. You actually just keep on the terminal. That's what people of the web likes to see. Um,
Uh, Rescriptlane.org. Let's look at that as well.
okay, overview. Let's actually start with an overview. Okay, so no semicolon, just like in Ocaml. Yeah, so as far as understanding goes, this is an ML for the web, right? Which means that uh,
But
we
it's not Reason, it's Rescript.
no, but reason is ML is Ocaml targeting the web. No, am I wrong?
I think it is, yes.
Yeah, this is not that's not this. This is actually something that already is on the browser, so we're not targeting the browser. And they just basically changed the abstractions available, and the syntax. That's my understanding. Which is not, I'm not like diminishing the effort. It is valid. Uh, this is great. This is already this game.
Nice.
um, yeah, yeah. The syntax is pretty much ML all the way. Uh, but yeah, but we don't know how to. Do you know how to do web stuff? I don't.
We need to run a local web server to serve the compiled JavaScript. We need an index page, and basically the index just needs to say, okay, load this JavaScript file. And then we can do whatever we want in the JavaScript. We
You
can
know
use all the
what?
browser APIs.
Here's what we're gonna do. I don't know if this is gonna how bad this is gonna, but we're gonna cheat, and we're gonna actually see. Yeah, that thing. Okay, so this is an HTML.
If we're going to have an HTTP server written in LFE, then we should probably use that at some point to actually actually serve the files we're compiling. But for right now, we can probably just use whatever npm gives you, node or node, I guess.
Yeah, this is a very old thing. What I'm grabbing here. So this is gonna be Mahjong, the greatest, and the blandest. So then you do this. Yeah, but this
It's
was
going.
generated by OCaml back then.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be well, if the index is going to stay in that directory, then it should be dot slash src slash demo dot res dot mjs.
src.demo. Actually, let's not call this demo, right? So let's call this main maybe main.
Okay,
And if you do that, which already do I have? Mm-hmm.
you you do.
Uh, okay, so let's put all of these things that I 100% I'm going to forget here. And we're also going to cheat because I have very little. I have too much stuff to remember, so I forget things. So how do you do the basic the basic stuff? This still has a typo to this day. All those months later, still has a typo. Uh, Available targets, and then we're gonna do build, and this does this. So we want to this command. We're gonna throw it in here. Yeah, we're gonna throw it in there. So let's see what happens. Oops. So if
It's
I
probably
say,
gonna break because you didn't update the package.json.
that is true, although this is fine. But we have another file that I don't know if you should care, which is this.
Rescript.json.
Yeah. And this also doesn't seem to care, so I'm just gonna go for it.
Okay.
Okay. So something happened. Let's see. Yeah, definitely happened. Uh, that worked. That's cool. Here's our index thingy, which we're not gonna use any of those things. So now we need to serve this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, oh man. Okay, I should not have. What an irony! I should not have done the moving of because this is just client code, right? So what did you say was the fast way to move a bunch of files?
Oh, well, there's a command called rsync, but
R
that's usually
sync.
no, not no way, just r, the letter r, sync. That stands for remote sync, I think, because that's normally used when you want to move files across the network, like more conveniently than using SCP. But it also works on the same machine, so it's actually also doubles as an improved MV command.
You know what?
Actually, an improved CP command because this is copy, not move.
But I think I can cheat if I do using Treemax. So if I do
Okay.
server and then I do um, actually I don't know if I can cheat that hard actually.
Uh,
Can I do this? No. What about here?
do you happen to have Racket installed as well? Probably not, right?
Only Marinho, only Marinho would ask that.
Because like the other day I was messing around with web stuff, and I needed a web server to do exactly what we're doing here. And I was like, oh, I wonder if I can write because I know Racket has a web server, and I happen to have Racket installed, and I didn't want to mess around with npm and node stuff. So I was like, well, I wonder what I need to do to like just spin up a web server using Racket. And it turns out I have an 8 lines of racket codes here in a file that's executable, and you just run it and it serves the files in the current directory.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. Let me just pause the recording. Let's go back. Yeah, so just because of the pause to not make it incoherent. Nice that you made it in one line, Marinho, but Python does in one instead of eight.
Well, well, technically the first line is just a shebang. The second line is the hash lang line from racket. I need to require the web server. Then I define the start function. I actually could remove those two blank lines and then that's down to 6, but yeah, it could be better.
I have
Could
a
be
question.
better.
How can I tell npm to go and cd into the other, like, do the build using the package of JSON from the client folder there?
You could just do the CD outside of npm. That's an option. Uh, but within npm itself, I'm not sure actually.
Wait, so you're telling me that this would just fail?
Yeah. What you can do, there's
Hilarious.
probably a command line flag to choose which package JSON you want to use, but I have no idea if that flag exists or if it does, what it is.
Well, let's see. Um, how useful? Okay, so you can do all of these things. So if I ask this, okay, workspace, maybe. What do you think? Is that reasonable?
Workspace. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, to be honest.
Huh. So if I do something like include workspace root and I say, hey man, go there, it still fails. Okay, browser we go. So npm run another directory. How do I get an npm sub at a different directory? Prefix. Really? So you need to. Oh wait, maybe this is not the syntax. Maybe it is this? No. Okay. What about this? Also doesn't work. So if I add a prefix, scripts available, has built. Okay, I guess. I guess that's it. So let's go back to just file and paste this and forget about it.
Nice.
There is another problem. We need to bootstrap an LFA project. We need to bootstrap an LFA project. Okay. So how do you do that? We're gonna have to copy the rebar stuff, I feel. Um, man, the beginning of anything with the tooling is just eh. Uh, okay, so let's go. Let's actually go back. Let's go here and let's actually learn from our mistakes.
Uh,
So here, what do we have? We have that flake there, and we also have the Sova. Here, we have a rebar. Yeah, we have rebar stuff, essentially. Rebar stuff. So do I have rebar um, without? I do. Damn.
based.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. There's Nix. What the heck is this? Okay, that's unexpected, but okay. So assuming that works, can I just
Rebar LFE. Um, well,
Server rebar LFE help. Oh, okay, that was a mistake. I don't have rebar. That was deranv. That makes sense. Um, we don't have a flake though, so screw it. So rebar 3. I kind of forgot that. Oh, when you actually join the deranv, it will give you everything. And this will, definitely should not show this. We are now recording
Of
again because I paused because of this Nix thing. Uh,
okay.
so rebar, what it was? LFA help. That's not
Oh,
what
we
I
were
asked.
starting with that torture today, right? I forgot about it.
Yeah, tooling time. Uh, okay, so what happens if I just do this? Okay, so remove. What happens with the whole Nix thingy?
Ninx.
Oh, but the
What do you
oh,
mean,
I
Nix?
think it's because it's the integration that Benet did. That's why Lyceum has vbar 3 Nix.
I see.
Okay. Okay, so how do we spawn a thing? How do we spawn a bootstrap a thing?
REPL?
REPL, you think?
LFA REPL. Yes.
Yeah. Well, sure, but I mean like,
You mean
uh,
you want the project
yes,
to boot up.
yeah.
So then you want the scriptize, right?
Oh, okay, that's good. Good recall. Good call. So how do I? Okay, rebar 3 LFA scriptize.
Which you need to,
Not
yes, you
setting
need to
rebar.config.
That's.
on
I
the
don't think.
project.
Yeah, I don't think that's it, Mageta, because we're trying to create the project to begin with.
Oh, you don't have a project yet? Can you
Look at
do a
what we have.
less?
We have these things.
Ooh, okay. Expand the and the server is expanded, right?
No, the server is there's this now.
Ah, okay. Delete that trash. Just go to the terminal again. Just run LFA new. Oh, I mean rebar, right? New, and then you press just that. It will complete. What?
No. Command not found
Uh,
in the namespace LFA.
just type LFA.
Okay, so no rebar.
No, sorry. No. I mean rebar new.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it will show. Yes.
Oh,
There you go. LFA
oh.
app, LFA script, or LFA lib or main or
What
released.
is the difference between an LFA application structure and an LFA script application structure?
An app is just an Erlang garbage. The script runs like as a script, right? So you can generate like a fake binary. The lib is, well, no need to explain what that is. The main, I don't know. Oh,
I
it's
think
a
we are.
script plus a module.
Yeah, I think we're looking for a
And
release. No.
there's a release which has everything.
Yeah.
Maybe the main. I think the main.
Okay, so we say rebar 3 new LFA main. Not that. Uh, fuck me. Okay, so they actually, yeah.
They do this. They had to, right?
Okay. Cool.
It
Um,
was absolutely necessary.
that
Believe
was
me.
very nice. Which, by the way, the goal, Mageta, for today is to use. Well, that would be outstanding if we manage to complete this today. Is to actually serve this thing.
I think we
The,
should just focus on the client first, and then we start doing the backend later. Uh,
okay. Do you know how to do like because here's what they give us for.
wow, that's so fantastic. That gives me so much knowledge about how to do a web page.
Yeah.
Uh,
So that's what we have.
we need actually to play around with WebGL. Uh,
Mm.
that's how we're going to
Okay,
do
so
graphics.
Rescript WebGL.
There's a GitHub
Oh,
repo
damn.
5 years ago. But I think we're better off just using the JavaScript garbage. But let's see this because
Interactive computer
I
graphics.
like this looks nice, but I don't know if it's up to date. You see, and that's always a problem with this kind of stuff.
Wait, uh, can't I don't know if my question is stupid and I don't know web, so please consider that I don't know web. Can't we just speak a bunch of JavaScript and then Rescript can just like work
As
with it?
it interrupts, right? That's the whole point of using this.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
if
we
that's the
totally can.
case, yeah, but if that's the case, why do we need stuff like this?
This
Types,
is bindings to make the language better, right?
types
Oh,
Better.
essentially.
wait, so you're telling me that if well, that actually makes sense. If I don't use this, I'm gonna have to suffer with a bunch of any's all over the place.
Undefined, but yes.
Worse. Even worse.
Hey,
Okay.
there's an example working. If you go to the link they give you on the website, there is a sample working up on the top right.
Top right.
Now that.
This
Yeah,
triangle.
click on triangles.
Oh,
Click on triangles.
multiple.
Click in 3 points again.
Ah, ah, that's really fancy.
Okay, Lemus, you can stop then.
What happens if I hold? Oh, nothing. It's just when I release. Okay.
Are those the colors of your heart?
Well, maybe. Okay, so let's assume. Let's actually save this for later. Experimental 3D engine. Experimental 3D engine in the browser. See this for a demo. Of course. Of course. It is not HTTPS. Oh, okay. Okay, so let's suppose that we want to use this. How do you do that? By any chance? Does anybody know?
Well, the first question is this in NPM?
It
No.
probably. I mean, WebGL certainly is. So that's why I said probably just use that and bear with the pain, right?
No, but if we're gonna bear with the undefineds, like, and that's the
No, no,
majority.
no. I mean this WebGL.res project. Is it in NPM? Because if it is, we can just add it to the package.json.
I mean, it
Package,
does have the BS config.
which is a great name, by the way.
It is, especially considering the ecosystem. Yes.
Okay, so this is actually not apparently in the.
Remove the res, the dot res.
You're not gonna. Well, there are bindings for Node apparently, but technically WebGL is a web standard, so it
There's a
should be
regl. What is that?
WebGL.
WebGL.
Oh, here it is.
Regl. The
Is a fast
Waggle.
functional WebGL framework, and this
Who
is
no one
written.
cares for fast, man. No one cares for that.
No one cares.
Like people can't make things that barely work today. Like why would they bother with things being fast, man? I don't get this.
Well, because for them it works, Magita. That's why.
Does it? When was the last website that you just saw working fast?
It's been a while.
Uh, Kislyov's website. It's mostly just plain text.
It's
It's
man,
very
it's like
fast.
largely the minority. Like I saw one website of a
Packages.
guy was integrating with their API.
Web.
It's very well done. Like it's fast, it's fluid, everything just like works, and then it uses WebAssembly.
Yeah, that might be a problem though, because apparently this is not packaged at all, which means I guess that means we need to clone
No, no,
this
no,
then.
no, 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 no. Oh,
Yeah,
you mean this? Yeah.
just use the standard, man.
This is the standard.
The standard is. Let me. Uh, Mozilla WebGL. I always forget the name of that web page that has all the standard stuff.
Of course, the top two find the top two. Well,
Give up, man. The world is cursed. You're going to use the cursed JS library. Just use that, man.
Here,
uh,
Lemos.
well, at least you can make the game. Wait, though, the game will have to also be run on the server. So WebGL should do it 2D and 3D. So this is JavaScript API for rendering high performance interactive stuff. And there it is. But I have a question though. If we're gonna use JavaScript for doing the WebGL and we're gonna use LFA to verify the logic of the game, what are we gonna be doing using Rescript?
Displaying a cube and making animations.
But to do that, aren't we supposed to use the WebGL stuff?
WebGL is just for drawing on the screen, Lemos.
Oh, okay. So the logic of the animations. I see what Magetta
And this
means.
is OpenGL, but for the web.
Essentially, yes.
Okay, so this is as raw as it gets, essentially then.
We should probably use WebGL 2, probably, which is like it's in the same page, just lower down.
Okay, so let's suppose that we're gonna use that. So my understanding is that you put your stuff in the package.json, right? Am I wrong?
For this, you don't need to do anything. This is like standard. Most web browsers already support it,
No.
just
So
by
let's make
default.
what's the hello world of this thing?
Uh, well, we can try to draw a square, I guess. I'm pretty sure you need to do two things. You need to have a canvas node in your DOM. So we need to add that to the HTML template. And
Does
then you
don't
can
we already
use,
have that? Yeah, we do.
yeah, and then we can draw to that canvas to do whatever we want.
Yeah, I remember we did that for.
We can be Bob Ross, but
Uh,
with horrible technology.
There are no mistakes, Mageta. There are only happy accidents.
Only have accidents.
okay, in the tutorial, they're actually already setting the resolution, I guess, of the canvas. So let's say this. Let's say this is big enough. What else do we do? This declares a canvas. Yeah, we know that. Preparing the WebGL context. So this is the JavaScript. Question. Uh, do we need to do like my understanding is that if we don't write this in JavaScript and we write in whatever other scripting flavor of your choice, it's just gonna be not no types, right? Or is that a problem?
I don't know that.
Okay then.
That's why I want you to test.
Okay, so let's
Because I
copy
never, I
this.
never done anything with
There
Rescript at
might
all.
be types if you go with TypeScript because Microsoft.
And yeah,
But
I
we're
guess.
not using TypeScript, so that's not our case.
Uh, does is this how? Can I just do that? Does that work? That would be kind of boggers.
I don't know. Does it compile?
We don't know that yet. So there are no consts. Emacs, stop. So I'm gonna assume this is going to work. Then you do this thing, let, and from that you do this. If you continue with WebGL is available and working. Okay, so this is just a check. We're just gonna jump the check. Why not? And then you do these things, which are well, they should return units. So this semicolon makes sense to me. And then you just I don't know do this.
You don't jump the check, you remove it.
Actually, that's actually a good question. How do you check for nulls in this language? They have pattern
Probably the
matching.
same way as F sharp. Is null. There's
Is
probably a
null.
function for that.
What if I search for null? Null, undefined, and option. It doesn't have null. Uh, the concepts potentially non-existent are still useful. Yeah, but what if you are
So
using
it converts them
JavaScript
to,
curse?
yeah, it probably converts to optionals, right?
Oh.
Probably anything that touches remotely JavaScript is optional.
Okay, so basically then they changed the from mesh to switch for whatever reason. So we do what? GL here?
I know why, because
Oh,
it looks more famous and looks more familiar to
and it's also
JavaScripters.
broken. The mode from Melpa. Cool. Thank you. Always great.
Always
Uh,
always happy.
there and then there. So here we have those things. And if it's null, it's doing this instead of the console. Uh, oh, that's gonna bother the shit out of me, man. Uh, so let's say this thing and then this thing.
By the way, if I'm off on hacking the my prefecture website. The only way I found to create a receipt basically is hacking the website. Not even joking.
I'm hacking the website.
That strikes me as a phenomenal level of incompetence on whoever implemented the website.
It is exactly that. Yes, man. If an error occurs, it shows you a SQL command it's running.
Damn.
So I can probably do SQL injection on this garbage very
That's
easily.
that's legendarily broken then.
That's so
Man, this
bad
thing
that
is
it's
clearly
great.
made in Java, by the way. It's like you know those like Java applets
Oh,
looks like that, but it's not really because it doesn't demand like Java to run the website, right? So I don't know what it uses.
Uh, okay, so um, is this how we would do this in OCaml, or am I doing wrong?
Uh, yeah, no, alert already returns nothing, right?
Oh, that's true.
Already returns
So
unit.
we
no,
can
no,
just
not
do
nothing. Unit. Those are not
unit.
the same.
But this is not how you call the main entry point in OCaml, right? So I'm just guessing this is how you do it.
It's like underscore, and then you bind the side effect, right? Which is
Yeah, no, but this is
unit.
this is like this is a scripting language, a toy scripting language, which means that
Well, JavaScript is a scripting language with a build system, so who knows?
okay, let's try to build though. Let's see what
Not just
happens.
a build system, but actually multiple build systems.
Multiple build systems. Yeah, this was a
Okay,
joke.
actually, I need to be here. So let's just build the client. And it's horrendously broken. So it's
Syntax
saying
error.
something like syntax error.
Oh,
Uh,
I need curly braces because they are brain dead. I'm saying these,
wait,
but
wait,
it's
where?
yes, there curly braces, right?
Here?
Yes. Instead of I don't think the equals is a thing. I think it's just curly
Really?
braces.
But I think I saw on the. Am
Let me
I
see.
hallucinating?
Um, modules require that. You see, curly braces.
Yeah, but there is an equal there.
But that's a function, right?
But we have this is supposed to be a
Yeah, but
function,
wait,
no?
go back. Uh, it takes one argument, right? It's making a variable that takes a lambda that takes the first argument count and then produces the
What the heck
body.
is the
You see?
tilde doing there?
It's to force that to be that name. It's the same as in common man.
Well,
So
we
when you
never use that.
if that is useful for example, you need to make and then and then you pass two. You can't do that. You need to do make and then count colon two. You see? It forces you to type the argument and then you can just reorder them.
Ah, okay. We haven't played around with that at all. Okay. Well, anyway, so is that was the problem just the curly brace? That's my question. And the answer is no. Did you
I think
forget equal there? What do you mean?
Oh, I think it doesn't have syntax sugar for defining functions in the same way
yeah.
we
So
do in.
remove the garbaggio and then put an open close there and then arrow.
Really?
Yeah, that'll be funny. It is the case.
Damn.
Oh man,
Okay,
very funny.
that's cool. And now there is a syntax here. I wonder why.
Lambda
Uh,
calculus supremacy.
w- yeah, that's my question for you guys. How do we know the
Oh,
problem
Nathan is
now?
here. Hello, Nathan. We're doing Rescript.
Just to make Marinho very happy.
He just left.
Ah.
Of
We're
course.
doing Rescript and then immediately leaves.
Yeah, yeah, but
Oh, he's back. He's back.
people, how do we know what is the problem? There is a syntax here, but it doesn't tell
Oh,
us.
that's because if since that's an uppercase identifier, it's trying to interpret it as a module, right? Or something.
Uh, sure, but then how do we do this thing?
Is what?
I have no idea.
Probably an import, right? Did you
Import.
import Garbaggio?
No,
Oh,
no,
and it's a signing on the GL. I see.
yeah,
Uh,
no, yeah. No, everything worked surprisingly until this point. It worked, which is kind of crazy.
uh, maybe they changed the label. Like how do you do enums? But
Ah,
not done.
Oh, that's documented here. Let me see. Type.
Because maybe an
Where are the
enum from
tags?
JavaScript is different.
Where are the tags? Here.
Result JS output. Click on there.
JS output.
Hmm, okay.
It's horrendous. uh, I don't follow the question. What are we using? We're using Rescript. That's what we're using. Oh, we are using the external lib browser feature. Yeah, we are
Now we are
using
using WebGL. Okay.
WebGL. Yeah, we are following this tutorial here, and this is breaking. This part specifically.
I
yeah,
think
because
it's
this
the
is
tag, the enum, right? Do you have LSP, by the way, Lemus?
There is a link somewhere that when I was searching for nicks, people saying about Rescript LSP. Let's see. LSP. I don't think I'm gonna be able to have. Wait,
It's
it
just
uses
JS,
npm.
man. So you can probably just install these.
It uses npm. Okay, let's pollute even more my
Oh,
system.
you cannot do that. You cannot do that
I
because
can.
you're using X.
Do you want to bet?
You cannot install globally. Try, but I don't think it will work.
it will install globally, but
Huh.
only at the user. Oh, all right. You're doing dash G. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Yes, you need to install locally. This is Garbaggio. At that point, just look at go back to the browser and search for the Nix packages. Search for that.
There's nothing Rescript in Nix packages. I did that already.
Did you? What's the name of the garbage? No, man, it's an npm package. That's what I'm talking about.
Ah,
Like, click.
the name is
No, Linux, mate, man.
here.
Let me wait. Rescript Nix packages search. Node Rescript. There's a pure script. Uh,
So cursed. Send me the link you are following. Link of what? Of this? There it is.
Yeah, that's from the MDN docs, so it's for JavaScript actually. We're trying to
Oh, and
adapt
here's
it.
the thing, Mageta. So we actually found a blog post that I hope I didn't delete it. Please tell me I didn't delete it. Okay, that's not very promising. But there is a blog post, and the guy was explaining how to use this thing for a flake, and I haven't tried
it's
yet.
just pure script. Oh yeah, you can make a flake out of a npm thing. I never seen this during Tunix though, but
Yeah, because apparently everybody else is doing node to Nix manually, and they're just like ooga booga.
go booga.
Yeah.
Try to install like locally levels. Like uh, instead of doing dash g, try to install locally and run.
Boom.
I probably should save that as a developing dependency, but okay, it installed. But that installed as a thing. So can you do ls just to see? Go inside the node modules. Now it's the now let's navigate through trash. Uh, Rescript, where's that?
VS Code language server. How not
Rescript,
biased?
rescript there.
Language
Yeah,
server.
language server. See if there's a shady binary. There is.
There
Out.
Out,
is.
out.
CD out.
Right. Oh, it's a CLI. Okay.
There is the analysis.
Darwin.
Linux. There it is, but for Windows.
Rescript editor. That's
CD
usually for.
Linux.
I don't think that's for what we want. I think it's the.
No, nothing.
No, we cannot. Not. I think that's for something else, man. Go back to directories. I could hear. Go on the out again. I we almost can hear you, Nathan.
Almost.
Try to run this garbage demos like no, I mean not like this, right? It's like oh, it works.
Not like this. Boom.
STDIO, there we go.
So what do I need to do? I need to do that.
Yeah,
This.
probably. Yeah, it is running. Huh? Funny, isn't it?
Okay, but then to use it, I actually need to what?
I need this here. Let me send you the
LSP?
code. What's the name of the LSP
Testing,
mode?
testing.
Now
Oh,
it is
now I can
working.
Oh,
hear you.
now we can hear you. Hello, Nathan.
Oh, yeah, you can do something less cursed. You can use npx to invoke the npm binary shit. But
Oh,
yeah,
right, it's
what's the type you
NPX.
have for GL?
We don't know that. That's the problem.
Uh, Assign that to an integer so you get the error message.
Oh, no. This is a syntax error though. No, not a type one. So let me
Yeah,
No,
show
no,
it's
you.
because
what's the
of
type
it's
of
because
GL?
oh, type of GL. Yeah, that's probably it's probably a very weird object, I would guess.
Lemons, I sent the.
Shopify. What the heck is that?
Yeah,
Mario, it might be just like generic. It's like type
copy that.
any.
Go to Emacs. Kill this, by the way.
Q what? Oh, the server.
Yes, kill this. Go back. Go to your Emacs file. Like, go to Scratch. Scratch.
Ctrl X B.
Yeah, paste it.
Paste this. Oops.
Uh, you see the Shopify mode? Change that to
Sh-
Rescript mode, right? I don't know what mode you enabled on that.
Shop. Oh, here. Rescript modes.
Put the name, like Rescript. Then you, then down there, no, don't run yet. Yeah, change the thing to like theme check language server, put like Rescript language server, and then server ID, Rescript,
Server
server
ID.
line 12.
Oh, here.
Uh, but you will need to do what is the thing that you will invoke, right? And that is, you do it by, wait, there's a very easy way to do it. Wait a sec.
Yeah, no, I think I understand what you're proposing here. You need to
Uh,
interrupt a lot.
Man,
Okay,
I
so
did this for LFA. Wait a sec.
yeah, but Nathan sent a link here. So interrupt datasheet.
I'm not sure if Rescript preserves the bracket syntax, but you could technically try to do something like this.
Yeah, you probably can because GL, if it is something like just random that you get from the browser and it's not typed, it's probably typed generic, like just an A, and then you can do whatever with it. Like the compiler doesn't complain.
Okay, so you're
There we
saying
go.
this thing?
Yeah, and the quotes. You need to put the quotes around the constant name.
Eh,
Either single
Here,
or double quotes. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if Rescript has a distinction between single and double quotes, but whatever.
uh, it's that LSP stdio connection, Lemus. You're going to put the name of the binary, right? So the command to run the Garbaggio. So
Wait,
make
I
a
should do
shell
Garbaggio.
script.
this?
Make a shell script that points to that file, just so we can test. Can you do that?
A shell
No, no, no,
script.
no. You keep that. Yes, this. It's the thing on the right that you change. You see?
The thing on the right. Do you mean
Yeah, this
this?
will be your binary. You just put the binary on
Ah,
the path.
okay. But this is from what? The root of the project? What is this from?
This is on your environment in which you spawned in Max, right?
Which was home. Fuck. Okay.
So that's when I'm telling you to
So
make yeah, a
yeah,
shell script.
home, Lemus, programming, this, 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 and I already forgot.
Might
Rescript.
explode because I don't. You may not have booted up Emacs from with an environment with Node, right?
No, Node is installed in my system.
Oh, okay, that's very sad actually.
Yeah. And then you do this. This is what you want?
It's CLI, not CLJ. Are you
That's
crazy?
true. Yes, I
You're
am crazy.
brainwashed at this point. I forgot the stdio, so space stdio.
Space inside or here?
Uh, Space inside of the thing. Yeah,
Hmm.
second argument. I mean,
Second
or
argument, okay.
yes, try it there. True, maybe that will work. I don't know.
And then I put stdio here.
I don't know, man. So try inside the string.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like
this.
that.
I see. Okay, so they want me to run this now.
Yes, of all this,
Control X, Control E.
and okay, it's there. Now try to go to your rescript file. Spawn LSP mode. But fail to have automatic installation of Rescript. What do you mean, brother?
What do you mean?
You literally just registered that. Can you go
Get
back to the elisp thing?
to the
What?
scratch, yeah.
Make client Rescript, activate on Rescript mode. Go back to the code again. Are you sure that's Rescript mode it's in? I
Yeah.
mean, it says Rescript down there, but... Okay, try again, LSP. What the fuck,
Tururu.
man?
Tururu.
The following servers support current file does not have an automatic installation. What do you mean, man? I literally pointed to... Is it new connection that is there? I'm not crazy, right?
New connection. Where?
On the on the elisp thingy.
Scratch. Did you try that? No,
New
I
connection.
actually not. I actually installed from Melpa the mode. I
Rescript
mean,
mode. And everything looks fine. Can you run... Oh, I think I know, I know. Line 7. Can you go there? To the
yeah.
end of it? Run this. Yes. Now it is in there. Now go to do the same on that. Yes. Now try it again. No. What the fuck? That file does not have automatic installation rescript.
Yeah, I
Okay,
just I just want to check the path to see if I didn't make a mistake there. Mahjong, node modules, Rescript, language server,
I mean
out.
that's not the path, otherwise it will complain about the binary, right? It's not it is not understanding LSP mode does not understand which thing to spawn. Can you copy this garbage, like this code, paste it on your config and open Emacs from that terminal again? Because then it will load at the
Uh,
same time of everything.
uh, do I need to put all of this.
Yes, put all of these in your config.
Um,
Put
Emacs.
on the init file.
E.
Oh no, actually
I don't remember where to. Do I have a yeah
configuration.
this?
Before the configuration, the provide before the provide.
Okay, so do we keep all of this in here?
Yes.
Save it and then nuke this, right?
Yeah, close and open again. It should load at the same time. That's silly.
Ooh, wait. This will
Oh,
show work stuff. I was fast. I was fast enough.
you're fast. Thankfully, Max is slow.
Yeah. Okay, now it's safe. Uh, okay,
By the
so
way, this has nothing to do with what we're doing, but Orange Zest is not that great actually.
Wait, what is ORR?
Orange Zest.
I never heard of that.
I heard of that. It's how do you translate that shit?
When you like scrap a bit of the.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that exactly.
yeah. Like it's
Okay,
very common to do with lemon and lime.
I don't know. So,
I
oh yeah,
posted a link.
that
Yeah,
man,
that.
and with coffee is very nice. By the way,
Okay, we can
like mocha.
discover the LSP dilemma later.
Yeah, let's see. Let's
I
see.
want to see the type stuff that Nathan was talking about. So if I
Let's
run
start
just client
programming
on
then.
this shit, uh, now the
And
error changed. Cool. Okay, so Marinho was right. Syntactically, it works, that thing. So the syntax check, done. Nice. Now it is complaining about the document.querySelectors thing.
Oh, that's totally JavaScript. It's
The
trying to
record
find.
field query selector can't be found if it's defined in another module. Which, by the way, this is wrong because we don't have this. We have this. No, not that actually. This. But this is not
It's
gonna
trying to
work
find
anyway.
by an ID, right? So we're trying to find by the element. So it's like jQuery, right?
Yes, but this is saying that this is a record, and it's assuming that this is a field, and saying that it isn't there. So where is the table? Yeah, interop. So where is document in here?
You probably
Tururu.
don't even have document defined by default, man.
You probably need JS dot, and then gets things
Ooh,
from there.
like this?
No, I don't know. I checked the thing right. I'm guessing.
Depending on how you install, you might have like different standard library, but you can take a look. They may define this, but I would not be completely sure.
Wait though, bind to record like GS objects. What do we want exactly?
There's a
Uh,
module named JS, and then it's Oh man, that's so cringe. Yeah, I think that
Like
might have
this?
it. No, like uppercase just the J and the S is yes.
Okay, so you're saying that that's a module. So the
Which you can
value
search,
document
but I don't see
can't be
document here.
found in JS.
Is document another module? If it is, it may need to be uppercase.
Yeah, I don't see any document object inside of JS. It could be.
Yeah, but how they must allow you to do this type of shit because, come on. Yeah, I
Man,
cannot
that's
grab
the
for
thing.
document.
If you don't have JS, you just don't have it. You don't have the standard library that has that, or it doesn't provide that on the standard library.
Oh, you can do that with external, it seems.
External. Okay, so but what? Yeah, so
Oh,
bind to a JS object is a Rescript record. Bind to a JS object that acts like a hash map, and bind a JS object that's a class. So
oh man, this is so cursed. It feels like Fable. Is this what you do, Nathan? With here
this is so cursed.
you do
I I
at
don't know what you
sign
mean by you do.
let at sign val and then at sign scope and then you put the
Oh
label
yeah, for
window.
interrupt,
Oh,
yes, you have to use those external for binding
yeah, and then
many
the guy's
different
doing
things.
external create element and then he types the function and then It's like Fableman.
Okay, but my question is, what? How do I do that? Show me how do I do it. Then I do it. I
Ah,
never.
here.
Yeah.
It's been like years since I did Fableman.
It is like first you need to define the value with the scope you're working with. So go back to the
Go back to
Emacs.
Emacs.
Uh, do uh, do outside of this, like outside of the main. Yeah. Do a add sign val, then add sign scope, open close parentheses, open close parentheses again, and type of string document.
String
String.
document.
Yeah. Now next line, do external,
External. Oops.
uh, query selector.
Query selector.
Which, by the way, is that a thing that exists in normal JS inside of the document, or is that a thing from jQuery?
I can check.
Wait. Yeah,
It is
that's
a
just
thing actually.
normal
It
J.
is a thing. Normal JS.
Okay. Then we need to type this garbage, and that's the tough part because what the
Wait,
heck is the return?
what is the top of that?
What's the return of this?
Well, it should return an HTML DOM node.
Which is what type?
No, but that's the thing. You can just create opaque types for it.
Okay.
You just define some, well, type uh, without a body, let's say, just a opaque type, and then you say that's it. And
Wait,
then you
but
can
how
define
do I
function
do an opaque type? Is that like, wait, I
like
need these
type
things.
something, and that should be it.
Type query
Yeah, I
selector like this.
yeah, I think it's something like that. I don't remember how to define them. I don't even know if you
Oh,
have the.
there's a thing called DOM, like a module DOM dot element.
That's um, something opaque. Okay, they actually don't say they don't use that nomenclature. Cool.
Oh man, we can use this.
To
But
use or
oh, by the way, it returns an optional.
uh,
Uh,
y-
Lemus, can you point me to how did you install Rescript? What did you follow?
getting started, which was a failure by the way.
Man, I
And
love that
Really?
you see the
yeah.
thing here, and it's saying another way to use it is to type bs.scope and with an at sign.
Okay, so we downloaded the new project thing, not and it failed miserably because
Okay.
They are
their
compiling to an aim.js file, not a JS file, so
yeah,
that final command actually doesn't work.
yeah.
Oh man. Uh, so okay, so what have you done instead? Or what did you change?
Well, we did
We just
this
added
thing.
an M to that thing, yeah.
Oh, sure. So can you go to your I forgot what's the JSON file.
Package.
Uh, yeah, rescript.json first.
Okay, yeah. So this is again pretty vanilla. Nothing changed.
So let's see. So you see the rescript card there?
Yeah.
That's what they are using lately for the standard library. So take a look on that on the docs because they are even opening by default. So you should have some stuff there.
Okay, so Rescript core.
Yes.
Okay, so what?
I'm not sure that's the one, man. You should take a look on the GitHub thing.
But it's saying core there. Come on.
Yeah, it is.
Versioning. Blah blah blah. What it
Documentation.
looks like.
You don't have documentation, I guess. Take a look on the.
Man, I feel like I am in Nathan's living room right now.
You mean it's loud or some kind of
Like
echoing?
I'm in your living room. You're talking about Rescript, and you're serving us tea. But it so happens that the tea is made of trash. You know, stuff like that.
Where do I know that these modules exist? Like, how do I know that?
Wow, you have files there, man. It's code, right? But I
Wait,
remember having the API defined somewhere, man.
And this is pretty much the ML world, isn't it?
Yeah, you can take a look on the interfaces. You see, dot,
Really?
res, I. Yeah,
yeah, but
interfaces. The only
this
thing
is
you need.
useful stuff that we don't need right now.
What
We
is an
need
Yeah,
to do the
MJF
document.
file, by the way?
It's a modular JS file.
Yeah, it's the
That
new hot
sounds
stuff.
absolutely. That sounds absolutely
well, it's
horrible.
not
But
new. It's really not new. But can you
okay.
take a look if you have like DOM there or something like that? A DOM module
It's
maybe?
alphabetical order, dude. There is no DOM.
Okay, sure. So just forget about the the extended library and do the manual binding thing.
Yeah, but we
And
need to know how
what
to
you
make an
want
opaque
is,
type.
Oh man, try to put DOM.
yeah, just
Just that.
yeah. First of all, I don't think you even have the double comma thing, or maybe that's optional. I don't know. But didn't the first line work?
We don't know that
Well, I
actually.
don't know. We didn't finish.
Oh,
Man, just put that, Lemos. Put colon and then string.
Where? Give me the line.
Exactly where you are. Instead of that trash that you just put a string. No, man, string. The type. String. You're
Oh,
typing this garbage, man.
wait, but
Yes.
this is how you do it, no?
probably.
Yes, and then you put the arrow, and then you put the which I think it's the fat arrow that you need to put there, and then you put the dom dot, and what was it that I read the dude say? Wait, dom dot element, just element.
Like this?
No, lowercase a and om also lowercase, and then put wrap this in an option.
Uh, option.
Does that work the same way? Or
Well,
do you need to put the angle
well,
brackets?
we're gonna discover that now. And the answer is I don't know.
Did you forget the equal? Yeah, I think you can't do that.
Wait, the equal where?
It's understanding that this is a continuation, right? So remove this optional angle brackets and put the option before. No, like
Oh,
this
I
in
see.
between. Yeah,
I
this
see,
is
I
the
see, I see.
functor garbage.
This.
By the way,
Yes.
Nathan, that thing in your profile picture is never going to stop looking like an antenna to me. Like above your
Uh,
head.
profile
Maybe Nata
picture.
is a redditor.
Syntax.
We don't know.
Syntax erro.
Oh,
Semicolon.
okay. The
Semicolon. Remove
I
it.
forgot how that's called, but the cable, right?
Yeah, that will never stop looking like an antenna to me.
Maybe Nata is a redditor. Who knows?
He's an alien.
Alien.
Wait. GS global. What is inside GS? Can we know that?
Uh,
Stuff. That's the answer.
Stuff. There's stuff
Something.
on it. Yeah. There's stuff.
I think it's the lines because I see the guy. Oh, Lemus.
What?
I got it. Go back there. It's the scope, right? Because you're defining a value. So do change the order. Put a bs dot scope.
Wait.
Yeah,
Change
Yes.
bs
the.
dot scope. Do that. Yes, bs dot scope. No, I mean with the at sign before. Yes, bs dot scope and then bs dot val. And then change the document. We remove one of these parentheses. That was because the
Like
guy
it,
had the least.
that's
Apparently.
like ancient syntax, man. I'm
It
not
is,
sure
man.
that's
It's arcane.
supported anymore.
Remove this document. No, I mean, no, man, the entire parentheses. Because that goes with the scope, right? That's a parameter for the scope.
Ah.
Yeah, above ones.
Oh, parameter for the
This.
scope here.
Yes. Put it together. I don't think that matters, but okay. And then the BS file, put it on all the same line, the rest, like the external. Yes, like this. Let's see. And same
Uh,
garbage. Oh, the
it's
DOM dot element is now the
no,
problem.
no, no. It's complaining about like I think there must be a token between the end of this line and the let. I think that's what's complaining.
Oh, that is usually semicolon, but what?
Yeah, but there must be some sort of syntax problem that we are.
Oh, right. You need to map what is the thing that you're mapping. So equal, after all this trash, yeah, equal, and then you put this name of the JS function between a string,
The
which
name
is
of the
just query
JS
selector.
function in a string, so it's
Query
query
selector.
selector.
Yes, it's the same shit as Fable. Okay. And give me a sec.
Okay, that actually syntactically is okay. But now it's complaining that the module or file. Yeah, but now we can just use the query selector that we just made, right? Like this, correct?
Maybe.
And then because it's OCaml, I should be able to do stuff like this.
No, it's not okay, man.
Ah, and the okay, okay. So syntactically, apparently it worked. We're gonna have to do this for the context as well. Is that it?
Uh, Probably not, but you're trying to call get context on an optional. Does that work?
Wait. Oh, it's because this may return null. I see. Well, let's match on it. We can do that, right? Who said we can't? Man, imagine how cursed it would be if they actually like allow us to use like I don't know let bang or whatever. Uh, okay, so if there is nothing, we're gonna say unable to initialize the canvas.
Did this
Uh,
work?
this passed the syntax check.
Okay, that's an improvement.
Now we are having the problem saying that the canvas doesn't have this record, but my understanding is that we need to do exactly what you did, but for the get context thingy.
But on the context of the canvas, right?
Yes, but here's the problem. Marinho very wisely noticed that this is an option,
Yes.
which means that either we do let bang kind of shiz or we do double pattern match use.
I don't think you have let bang. You probably have the let plus thingy.
Uh, yeah, besides the option problem, the binding is a bit different. Because on the how can I say?
Canvas
On the
may.
first one, you are like binding on this function, on this scope, but the next bind you want is like
An object,
a
right?
method call from an
A
object,
method.
right?
Yeah.
So you have the at send that you can bind a method of a given object, and then you just pass the object as the first argument in the function.
I'm gonna have to repeat all of that because I was fixing the horrendous thing that this mode does. Uh, okay, so here's my. Oh, this actually is still wrong, by the way. Yeah, this is supposed to be like this. Thank you. Another mode that wants to say, hey man, remember SML mode? Yeah, it's kind of like that and that shit. Okay, can you repeat, Nathan? What do I need to do with this
Yeah,
binding again?
so for the second bind, you can try to use at send.
Send.
Yeah, you see as you have like at bs.scope, you can use at send.
Oh, you mean here?
Yes, I don't think you need the bs dot.
BS.
And yeah, you have no arguments there. And then you do external,
Wait,
so
before we
you can
continue, can
delete the
somebody
val.
explain to me what these things are doing here?
I think
You have the all the ads there. They are just, how can I say that? Oh, just like special directives for the compiler. so it
Sure.
knows how to do something. Like you
Yeah.
But
can think of it
what
as
about the
macros, I guess.
but what is
But
BS specifically? Because I know
yeah,
we have the BS
it's
dot
buckle script.
what? Sorry.
Buckle script. That's the
Buckle.
original name from the
Oh
compiler, right?
right, I recall that. Yes, buckle
Yeah,
script.
and you can probably remove all the BS dot. It should work. If they support that, it's just because of like
Okay, but
ancient code, I
what
guess.
are the semantics of these things?
Yes. So the vol one is just you want to bind to a value, and the scope one you are just well scoping it, right? So you want the cur selector inside the document scope. And vol is just for you to bind to some value that it is in scope, and you are
And
just
values you also mean
entering in.
functions.
Ah, yes, I'm not sure. Yes, yes, I think so. I'm not sure if there is any other special way to do it. Yes,
What about the
only
send?
special way when it's a method. Yeah, that's for a method, right?
Ah,
Yeah, and then
so
you can delete
get
the vol
context,
on the send.
delete the vol.
Yeah, and the first argument for the get context needs to be the object, right? So its type would be dom.element, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And
This returns
uh,
optional.
get context, you mean?
Yeah, because this can
Yeah,
be null.
I don't know the output of it, but you can just create some random type. Uh, and yeah, the thing is you want to pass another parameter, right? I assume that's on string or unknown, like 2D or 3D, I guess. Uh, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that's something you do with get context. I don't remember, but yeah, the thing is you need two parameters. You need the DOM element that is the object and the second parameter. But you don't do it like this. You do it. I forgot how it's called. Uh, well, as you have like one argument, but it's a tuple. I forgot how that's called.
You're talking
Uh,
about currying?
yeah, but I forgot the nomenclature for this thing. But you can just put the two parameters in a tuple and do a comma between them like you
Like
normally would
this?
in JS. Yes, if I'm not
Wait,
mistaken,
wait. So,
that's the
wait.
case.
You're saying that this is a method of this, and the first argument of the method is this?
Yes.
Why this syntax?
No idea. Well, the functions in Rescript, they are not curried by default, if I remember correctly, or they prefer you use the not curried way. But yeah,
Actually,
why?
this makes perfect sense because normally with dot syntax, the thing to the left of the dot is the actual first argument.
You, or as
Uh,
Mageta would well point out, I guess you have the is it small talk that you do uh, you have some symbol and then you have object and then the method you want to call. I think you have some language like this, right?
I don't.
With I well, you have a method which is just just for message passing, right? But you can pass a message to. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, it is like with blah blah, and then you just it's like
Like
a
in Erlang, but as if the at was at the beginning and not in the middle.
like that is in the beginning and not in the
Well,
middle.
eh,
not at the exclamation. I forgot the other name for it. The bang. Yeah, the bang.
Wait, repeat the sentence now with the bang.
In Erlang, I guess when you want to send a message to a process, you
Oh
have
right,
like
the syntax
right.
just send proc lemons the
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, but I
uh
didn't get the
But
analogy. Nathan was making a comparison.
like message sending messages, right? Message passing like small talk.
Yeah, yeah, but what this has to do with
so
this
you
thing?
have an operator in Erlang, right? But it
Yes,
is in fix one. So
yes.
yes, making a parallel with what Marinho was saying. Yes, the object is the first argument, and you can imagine the operator is like prefixed, right? And
Oh, okay, so it's kind of like type application then, in a sense. Because you're kind of saying that this method is from this type, or in this case, type class, I would say. No, it doesn't matter. I just don't like the syntax. To me, you could do
sure.
much better. Well, anyway,
No,
let's continue.
you're basically saying this is a thing. It takes a DOM element as the first argument, but you're using the send, so it's actually using method syntax. So the first argument is actually to the left of the method name.
No, yes, I'm not complaining about like after you see the entire thing, it makes sense. It's just that I would never use a tuple to describe that. But my Nathan said that
Yeah.
apparently they are not curried by default, so maybe that's the reasoning.
It
But
seems like a SML. SML is also, I mean, it is currying, but people prefer not to for whatever reason.
well, anyway, let's continue. So we don't know that Nathan. We don't know the type. Who knows here? Does anybody know the type of the GL thing there?
Are there types?
Can you take a look on how to declare a type on Rescript? Because you probably would be better by defining the your own types.
Yeah, no. This is how you apparently how you do it. So you do
Uh,
where
Oh, you
is
do
okay, yeah.
that?
So
type
it
here?
probably should work. Just type
Okay.
and the name.
Okay, so oops. So we're gonna go here and say type GL, and then
Yeah,
here we're gonna
do
say.
on lowercase, I guess. It probably might not work with
Oh,
the.
that's also because of the
Modules will
Yeah,
module stuff.
probably be on the uppercase, right?
Yeah, so
yeah,
then we're
I'm
gonna
not
have
sure if it's
this.
an option. You have to take a look on the type for get context and on the string at the end of line 4, it needs to be the name of the method in JS.
So like this. Okay.
So do you know the type of get context in JS? To check if that's an option indeed?
It needs to be an option because the tutorial says to check for nulls. Let's
Okay.
go. Okay, that's progress though. Who cares about this? Let's just do console log.
You need to do. You can do js.alert, right?
Like this?
Yeah,
Really?
that wasn't the.
Did I save? I did.
There's another alert without js.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Mageta. And the answer is the value alert can't be found in JS. What can you find in JS then?
I just
Uh,
saw it. Wait.
no, yeah, that's the thing. Mageta, Lemus is opening the Rescript core on its rescript.json. So the
Oh,
global scope it's different from what
yeah,
you are
yeah.
seeing probably.
I got it.
Yeah, but how do
So
I
it's just
find?
looking at the JS module, right?
Just delete a line on rescript.json because Mageta is probably following the standard library that comes with script as opposed to the one you are using. So you can just delete the PSC flags. No, no, yeah, you don't need the dependencies too, but the flag is what you want to get rid of. Yeah,
Okay, so if I do that and call it, it also doesn't work.
you still don't have it, right?
Wait, but now we are going we need to check the command. Is this the command that we should do?
Oh man, I'm looking here and it's not on the GitHub. So I
Damn.
think I'm looking at either some old garbage or it is indeed not there.
Let's do. There's a solution though. We can just replace the alerts with console log. We know that works. Console log. Thank you very much. Whoa. Okay. The record field get context can't be found, apparently.
Yeah, now you need to actually call the function and pass the correct stuff.
I am
You are
confused.
calling canvas.getContext on line 14.
I love
Yes, we are, but
maintenance.
You
isn't.
want to just call getContext and pass uh,
Wait, are you saying me
canvas.
to do this?
Yeah,
But
it's a function.
yeah, but if they have special syntax so we
No,
can
no,
say it is
you
a
no no
method.
no no. You want to bind a method from JS to a Rescript function,
Ah, okay,
but
okay, okay, okay. No,
you could bind to a record if you want for some reason,
nah,
right?
no, no, no. But I see, I see. Wait, Okay, that's actually progress. So now the clear
Yeah,
Uh,
but you
color.
may want to try to console log the GL made, right? Just to check if that's actually doing something. Or maybe you want to check the JS output of your program there.
Okay, but let's actually do what you said in the beginning. So let's console log this. So how do I do the string formatting shit?
It should support anything console.log if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it takes only strings, I'm not sure.
Damn. Uh, what was the command to run, Marinho? Do you remember?
to run what?
To when we did the hello world thing. I think it was node something something, no?
Uh,
Yeah. This thing, node this.
I have
So
to show you guys how I'm doing my nota fiscais. It's so funny.
I believe you.
Not
So then you're gonna do client this thing, and then main m, because the tutorial is
you're
wrong.
missing a letter, Lemos.
I am missing a letter. And again.
made.
Okay, there we go. And then if I just say run,
Oh yeah, no, that's the thing, Lemos. You want to run on the browser, right? You are running on Node.
Yeah.
but
Just
oh, we need the
try.
canvases on the browser. That's true.
Yeah, just
It's not like just serve, right? The JS, the
yeah. You need to serve the
HTML.
file,
Yeah,
or
but uh,
I guess
okay.
technic. I guess
Can you use it?
technically since we're not doing any requests, you could just open it with the browser. Like just open the file directly.
Open the
Ah,
file with the browser.
Because
So
we're not doing any requests, right?
yeah.
Um, Although I'm not sure if that
I
works for
don't
a
think it
JavaScript
loads the
file. Yeah.
yeah. I
I
don't
mean,
think it
you
loads
can do
the
the following,
JavaScript
man. Take a
modules,
look
right?
on your output and then just copy and paste that on the console browser, the browser console.
And you can just do npx serve, right? Npx serve the file.
Yes.
Okay.
JavaScript mode.
Oh yeah, you will not have the runtime shit, right? Yeah.
Well, but
Yeah,
is this how good or bad is this? Someone help me.
it, oh man,
Uh,
use the npx serve and try.
Okay, so
well, what do you
npx.
tell me? How does that look like to you, Lemus?
Well, it looks like whatever. I don't know. I'm not a
Like
web
shit,
person.
right?
So,
You're
yeah,
not a
this
spider, I guess.
cd. So serve Mageta.
Npx serve, yes, and then you put the. Don't you need? Okay, try.
I,
I think you need to target the file, but just try.
Did I need to
I think
install
you
this
need
though?
to be on the yes, yes.
I need
But
to be
you
on the
can.
what?
Go to that
Uh,
address and see.
yeah,
Uh,
you probably don't have the index.html on the folder
we do.
you ran that. You do?
Yeah.
Isn't that inside source?
Web
Okay.
development. Boom.
Outside the module. Uh, yeah. You
Okay,
need, yeah.
at least we know it's
So,
picking stuff.
Lemus, do you remember what how do people call it in JS, man? Uh, I forgot how they call it, man. But you need is that a compiler? Sure.
What?
Uh,
A bundler.
yes, a bundler. Yes, you need that shit.
Man, I tell you, Marinho reads minds.
Yeah, Lemus. So you followed the wrong tutorial, man. You want to create a Vite app instead of Node app.
Which tutorial?
Uh,
Nobody's following a Oh, the tutorial of the WebGL thing?
yeah,
You mean?
for no, for creating the project.
So there's only one tutorial.
Yeah, but mm, mm, mm. Let me take a look on create, rescript, app. They should have a page with multiple options, I guess, multiple templates for the projects,
Oh,
and
we
that is
chose the
probably a big
basic
one.
one. No, that's true. There were some options. Yes, yes, yes. And we chose the
So
basic one.
can you run that again somewhere else and show me where are the options? You probably want a Vite one.
Ah, fuck me. Man, web stuff. They really try to piss me off.
Yeah, well
Uh,
stuff.
okay, so let's do that. So you do this as we did before. Yeah, so then detected a project. Do you want to add Rescript to unknown? I'm gonna say no to this, right?
What the fuck? I have no idea what's that, man.
Eh,
Yeah, are you running that inside the other project?
no, it's doing some. Oh, let's run it in here. Doesn't matter. Okay, so
Okay, nice.
whatever. We chose this one.
Yes, you want the first one. Yeah, and even the first one has more stuff than what you want, but yeah, you can delete some stuff.
I'm so sad right now. Okay, let's say that we want that one. We said that. We said that.
Oh man, having LSP would help a ton with the standard library.
Yeah, but tooling, man. That's the name of first session projects. Tooling.
Yes, tooling. If you are using something besides Emacs,
That's not an Emacs problem, I would say. Well, I don't know why
Tommy,
Mageta's hack didn't work, but
Tommy.
Well, thankfully, the tooling for Zig projects is literally just the build.zig and build.zig.zone.
yeah.
What?
Okay, but what in here do we need?
Uh,
the whole project, well,
Yeah,
like
no, I am
UI.
moving it as we speak here. I'm moving some files. Uh, where is the thing? Wait a moment. Here. Then you go to whatever. Okay, I'm gonna assume you're gonna need the index HTML, the node modules, the CJS crap, whatever that is, then the public, then the
You
tail.
can just like move your main Rescript file to the new project and then move everything back to the old one, I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna do that
Like
then.
replacing the old one.
Okay, so
The old one.
grab the main you said, right? So grab this thing.
The one you were writing code in.
Holy fuck. Okay, so then you remove this thing. And then copy everything.
Yeah, remember to delete your stuff on the old project or you might merge and have some weird result.
That's okay. Mahjong. Then we boom. Okay, so now there it is. So I can just do this thing. Okay, what now? Nothing. And
You should have a file with instructions, maybe a .md somewhere on how to run stuff, or you can just take a look
uh,
on the package.json and you should have comments to run there.
no, there is a thing that I didn't copy. Read me. There.
Yeah.
Gotta be kidding me.
So you can do the first one, npm run res dev.
Web. How fun. And
You
and
might
I
want to change your file names probably to just JS.
JS. I don't understand what I
No,
don't
no,
don't
I
follow.
mean, I'm not sure if they are generating MJS, right? On
Oh,
the index.
in the index. Yes. Doesn't seem like it.
Well, actually, can it, what were they referencing before? were they always doing the main dot? Well, this
Yes,
thing on
yes,
13?
Yeah,
yes.
this
Oh,
looks
okay, so
correct actually.
should be fine.
Run this. Uh, there it
We
is.
should be able to go to the browser.
And do what?
I don't know the port. Can you take a look on the README?
Uh, port.
Oh, okay. Maybe you still need to run
The
the
NPX,
V
right?
thing. I'm not sure.
You need to do the
Uh,
npm run dev, I guess.
oh yeah, yeah. You are only running the compiler in watch mode, I believe. Now you
Dev.
need to use the JavaScript. In fact, yeah,
Okay, so
there you have it.
5173. Uh, 5173. Boom. Okay, that's progress though. Line 8.
Nice.
Line 8. So if we go to line 8
Of
uh,
the generated
of
file.
the this one, it is the generated file? Oh wait, it is the generated
Uh,
file. Of course it is. So
There's no
line
source
8,
mapping.
JavaScript mode. Yeah, so this is breaking, fellas.
uh,
Well, of course it is, because this is not returning Rescript optional on line 6.
This is now returning a Rescript optional on line 6. I don't understand.
Like,
Undefineds and nulls are optionals, no?
ooh, that's a good question.
That's what
Uh,
they said, no? We just read that in the docs. Am I wrong?
them who
here's the thing, there's undefined and there's no, and they are not actually the same.
No, fine.
and we
Yeah,
don't know how
here.
Rescript fit them and optional.
Yeah, but I want to know. Interoperated JavaScript undefined and null. The option type is common enough that there are special cases when compiling to JavaScript. So this simply compiles down to 5, and this goes to undefined.
Which
See?
is not no, actually.
Ah,
Oh.
can
A lot of times your JavaScript value might be both null or undefined. In that case, you unfortunately can't type such a value as this, since our option only checks for undefined and not null. So Marin was right. To create a JS null, you used to use the value nullable.null. To create a JS undefined, use
nice,
nullable.undefined. Damn. Okay, so you actually need to
nice,
do, what we actually need to do is to replace the options with nullable t. Nullable t. That's what we're gonna do. Then, if this is, no, that's not the one. This is the one. Now it's saying that none cannot is not part of nullable, which makes sense. But now I ask the question: how do you check for it then?
uh,
Nullable.no.
That's wait. So you're gonna have to use ifs then.
I don't know, just switch, but check for nullable.no, I guess.
Oh, instead of none, you say
I'm not sure if
nullable.
they are
Hmm.
unknown with the rapid value.
Um, I don't think this is going to
Although,
work.
yeah, I'm not sure if the sum constructor is correct.
Did you mean null instead of null? Well, sure. What if I mean this thing? Do I need to do? Wait. No, it is nullable.null. It was in. This was the correct. But it's saying that it doesn't have it. It doesn't
Hmm.
have it. Oh
You
wait,
can
you can
check
convert
on
them. You can convert them. Wait. You can actually call nullable to option, which we're
nice.
definitely gonna do that. So nullable. Ah, nullable to option, and then we can go back to none. And we're gonna have to do the same down here as well. Which, by the way, there's no that, and there's no that as well. Okay. The variant
Uh,
constructor nullable to option can't be found.
shouldn't
Man,
it be lowercase to option?
you're right. I was about to complain, and that's
You're
not.
missing a letter. You're missing a letter. Yeah.
Okay, that actually did something. If we refresh this thing, unable to initialize canvas. Unable.
That's much better. So, do you have the element you are using the ID?
Well,
That's
according
not
to
how
our.
you.
Yeah,
Oh,
That's
it's
not
not
how
an
you
ID, but
do.
yeah, you don't have a canvas.
we don't have a canvas. That's the problem. Let's steal it again from our old friend. So frac
Is it
index.
darkness?
No.
Ah.
Well, it might as well, right? GS project.
Okay. So okay. It's printed something, folks. Folks, it
Wait,
actually
I'm
did.
hacking my prefecture. Wait.
By the way, do you have the opaque type for it?
Yes, actually, there it is.
Okay, nice. Now you can do a bunch of cool stuff.
Okay, so now let's try to put something. Let's try to make this happen. So
That's funny. I'm
what?
literally doing JavaScript.
Okay, so everybody's
Amazing.
learning darkness, but it is learning.
Darkness.
Hello,
Uh,
darkness, my old friend.
Clear color.
I've
We're
come
gonna
to
receive a
know.
GL thing in here, and then we need to receive four things, which I'm assuming are just numbers. Wait, how do you type that in Rescript? How do you type the
It's probably
numbers?
just number.
No way, man. Oh, they actually use floats. That's fine.
Oh,
Float, float, float. How many? Four. Float. And what is this going to return? This is going to return void. So I put unit here.
What is the fourth?
I think it's the
Oh,
A.
wait,
maybe you have to write it.
opacity,
It's
right? So
not
it is
Rust.
I think it's a
RGB
GBA.
A
Yeah, it's
for what?
alpha.
Alpha.
That's
Alpha.
how it's. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Nathan, can you repeat?
Maybe you have to spell it a unit instead of the
Oh yeah, this is not Haskell, my bad. Although
not
they will change
Rust.
this in future Haskell, it's gonna be like this.
By change it, you mean an alias?
I hope it is an alias. Okay, that worked. So now we do this, and then we pass GL, and then we do it. Oh, this is effectful, so we're gonna do this.
Can't you do
What's
GL
clear
dot clear
color, by
color?
the way?
No, we can't do the dot syntax, Marinho, according to what Nathan's
No,
explained.
you can if you do the binding in a different way.
Oh, so you need to change the binding. Why? They already
You
have
can,
this thing.
yeah, you no, but you can define GL as a record that has the clear color function, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we can upgrade
Okay.
this later, folks. That's fine. Okay, but is this going to work? That's my question. If I refresh this
Or
thing,
even better, you can create a module for the GL stuff
Uh,
and have those
try
functions inside.
try changing the color that you are using to
but
clear the
this is
thing.
black.
What is clear color, man? Is that supposed to
Well,
paint something?
isn't that black? Are they changing? Yeah, this is black. The heck?
Oh,
Clear
you're not
color is
calling clear. You need to call clear after that.
Ah, okay. Let's actually also do the binding for that.
what the fuck do they mean by clear color, man?
You're setting the color that you're going to use to clear the screen.
What is the
Oh,
type
okay.
of this though? Of the thingy? I think this is to be
How
another
are they
type, no?
using?
They are
How are
using
they
it like
using?
this.
Uh, you can just say it's an opaque type, right? And then just bind that to that opaque type.
Okay, so you're saying GL, what is the name? Buffer GL buffer. Wait, I think it's this, right? Buffer type.
Probably.
And then you do GL buffer type. And then you do clear. Then remove this thing there. Uh, well, we're gonna actually be this, this.
You actually still need the square brackets thingy
Why?
because that's not a global constant. That's a
Well,
property of the
the
GL
square
object.
the square thingy might fail because now GL is a well-defined type. So you need to
It's broken.
bind the yeah.
Yeah,
So
you need to add to the type definition on GL, I guess.
So you're saying that I need to add
uh
this, like in here, like a tag?
No, no,
yeah,
no, no, no. To
you need to define
GL,
like
not.
a property.
I'm
You are
confused.
defining methods. You also need a property, right? They have it somewhere in the interrupt thing.
Oh, okay, so it's a different type of interrupt. Let's go to the interrupt again. Where is the... I think I lost.
Ah,
Yeah, I lost it. Let me open here again.
I'm not sure if it's vol, but it's not send.
Proper... Man, how do you know that? You just guess? Like, look at all
Guess
of
what?
these. How do you know
Oh yeah,
what is the
that
purpose of
would
each
help
one?
a lot actually. That would help a lot actually. Can you go up? Uh, this set scope new optional return. Yeah, it might
No.
be get.
Get.
Or get would be a function. I'm not sure. Let me just ask ChatGPT. Uh,
Of course.
ChatGPT how to
Okay, but we
bind.
don't have any examples of get. Come on, people.
We probably have it in a different part.
Oh, here it is. So if you're doing bind using special getter and setter attributes. Alternatively, you can use get and set to bind individual fields of a JS object.
Oh, you found it.
But that's not a field, right? That's like a constant.
It
No,
is a
no,
field of the
that's a
GL
field.
object. That happens to be a constant, yes.
Okay, so this seems to be the way then. Uh, let's let's change how that works. So um, get color buffer bit, I guess, and then you receive the GL,
Uh,
and you're gonna
but
basically
that's
return that thing
that's
there,
not actually the name of the. Oh, right. The name of the field is the last thing you do.
so
On the
you
string.
like this is that.
Uh, there is probably a better way to do it without having to call a function, but I really don't remember how.
So instead of doing this, well, we're gonna still gonna do this, but get color buffer bit GL, then you pass that. And where's
Then you
the
pass
browser
just
I
thing?
GL, right?
Yeah,
The
there
easy
are
incurred
you,
function has type this. It's applied to two arguments, but it requires one.
Yeah,
Oh, I need to
remove the
remove this
second.
thing. Okay.
look at the compiled JavaScript real quick, just to
Black.
double.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's black. That
yeah.
worked.
Take a look on the output indeed, because to see if that function call is generating some function call or is just free.
Yeah, that's correct.
Uh,
Actually, that is correct. I can
nice.
already see it. Line
Yeah,
16.
it doesn't compile to actual function call because, well, it doesn't need to, right?
Right.
It's still annoying as fuck though.
Yeah, you probably have a better way to do it than calling this function, man. You might have a way to bind to just a value. Don't remember how.
Okay. Let's go through the files that we actually still have here. So, what the heck is this?
Madness. No, actually,
What is the file you mean?
Yeah, what is this for?
Oh yeah. So you have the a React project, right? That's the project you created. You don't need this whole shit.
Oh, okay, so I can
Eh,
delete this thing.
You can
Yeah,
delete
if we're just
everything.
yeah, if we're just gonna use the canvas, we can drop anything React related probably.
What about the buttons? Do we want the
You
buttons?
can just keep main, really.
Okay then.
Ah, yeah,
Okay.
we don't really. Worst case scenario, we can add the buttons to the HTML if we really need a button for some reason, but we probably don't.
Well, we will need a button. I can assure you that much. Buy the CSS as well. What do we have in here? We have,
What do you mean? Aren't you doing like a game?
yeah.
Yeah, but the button he meant, I think he meant like a DOM element. You might not need that.
Ah.
Yeah,
Okay,
if we're
do we
gonna
need
do every,
this? Well, sorry. Go, Marin, go.
I was gonna say if we're going to do everything in the canvas using WebGL, probably don't need actual DOM buttons.
Man,
Marinho, what was the framework for doing the game in Zig?
In Zig, we
well,
were using
there was no
Raylib.
framework. It was a library.
Uh, well, still, so you know how, well, nice or not nice was to use Raylib?
Well.
It will be worse doing your own UI from scratch. Buttons will be like a nightmare by themselves.
Can I delete this Vite thing and this other stuff here?
No, you can't.
I can
You
delete these three
probably can't.
files.
I'm not seeing the screen right now.
Oh, I can't.
Hmm.
Can I delete this?
Uh, we can probably tweak it since we're not actually going to use React, but I'm not sure if we can delete it.
Damn. And there's also this. And there's also this.
Well, we're definitely not using CSS, right?
Yeah.
So we don't need Tailwind actually.
Well, in the future we may, actually. Because, well, at some
That's a
point we're
problem
gonna.
for
Let's see
future
how.
us.
Well, but the future us can be grateful for the past us. Yeah, these configuration files I'm okay keeping it. Only the CSS that we can, well, recreate when needed. What about this public thing? There is this, which I don't care. We have to keep this, unfortunately. And we also have the BS still here. Okay. Cool. Okay, I have some questions though. Um, how do we know? Like, we're gonna have to make a library essentially. We're gonna have to make like WebGL res, and then we're gonna have to basically put all of this crap in there. Boom. Which, by the way, how do I can I just open WebGL and call it a day? Does that work?
Folks, real quick, just a tiny break, cause I was here's. Let me show you this. I need to.
Wait. Let me finish the recording first.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just an addendum. So there's this child book, right? Looks very
What
nice. Looks very cozy, right? It's
what
from
do
Richard
people
Scarry.
what do
What?
people do all day?
Yeah, and there's no people, right? Just animals. But okay. Um,
But
so
aren't humans
you look at
technically
stuff,
animals?
and then I was this caught my attention. Like, oh, okay, cool. Like a cat fixing the roof of a town hall. The mayor is like a fox, right? Interesting. And then there's the butcher.
Why is the
Thank
butcher
you,
a pig?
Natasha. Thanks for being
Butchering a
here.
Yeah,
pig.
a pig selling sausages, right? It's it's a bit, Anyway,
Why
that
not
joke.
why not a wolf or something?
A
Yes.
pig selling sausages. uh,
Anyway, that was it.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up actually.
it's really messed up. I have another question that but now Nathan is not here for me to ask. Uh,
Okay, what is it?
I want to like, do you see these nullables like to option crap? I wanted to like make them in the binding, you know? Like I want to make the return type of this shit improved, right? Um, so you know what? Here's what we can do. This is very cursed, but we can do something like this. Selector. You're gonna receive a string. You're gonna
Uh,
call
that's that's not
query
syntactically valid.
the underscore you mean?
No, no, no. Query selector s equals. You need to do equals and then a lambda.
Oh, that's true. They don't have the man. That's gonna be annoying as fuck to write. But okay.
Um, well, you forgot the S, but okay.
So now you do nullable and
You
two
forgot the
option.
S is the argument students.
Wait, I forgot the what? Selector?
S as the argument. No, on the
The
let query
let.
selector
Oh,
S.
here.
Yes.
Okay, OCaml. OCaml. And
It's not
then
really OCaml, but
no, yeah, no. I mean OCaml in the sense that I got used to it, but I was wrong.
oh yeah.
And then we need to do. Yeah, man, that's gonna be a pain in the fucking butt. But okay. Then you do get context. You
Man, I'm still
change.
perplexed about the butcher, man. What the heck?
Perplexed.
Like, it's a pig selling sausages. Like, what is it made out of?
Buddy.
I
Context.
hope it's like vegetables, right? It's like a vegan sausage, something like that.
Well, technically pigs are omnivorous, no?
Yeah, but but well,
Yeah, that's
they're
still kind of
sentient.
messed up.
I mean, this world they're technically sentient creatures, right? So
Wait,
it's
did you forget a column? I'm
huh?
confused. Where?
A
Where
column.
here goes a column?
The heck?
I'm confused.
Column. What do you mean column? Can you go
Column.
back? Oh, it is literally saying column, as if it's like type checking, right?
Yeah.
It's understanding this is a signature. Oh wait, go.
Maybe you need to put parentheses around the s, maybe?
No way.
No, you shouldn't need to. That's unless it has two arguments, but I don't think it is.
I also
Mm.
don't think it is that, but who knows? Wait. This
Oh,
uncurl
right. It
function has
actually,
type.
Oh,
yeah, it actually takes two arguments.
Ah. Okay, that's correct. Okay, so this actually takes an element. So this goes this.
can you please type Ellen instead of E? That's
Element
Why? What
str
do you have against the E programming language, Magetta?
E programming language. Everything.
lm str. Okay, we should still have black. Okay,
We do.
we need to also to disable the fucking caching because that's a pain in the butt because you think you did it but you actually you don't.
There's an option in the DevTools to disable the cache while the DevTools is open.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to tweak that at some point. But I think like what did we learn today? We learned that we're gonna have to do this for days. We also learned that you can cheat very fast if you have opaque types, which are basically useless. But Nathan said that if you upgrade this to a record or a module, you can actually make this makes more sense and feel like a proper language for doing these things.
The only gotcha here is to do the bindings right in a way that doesn't suck first.
Yeah, but well, uh, it worked.
And it's a bit. It seems to be a bit more verbose than normal OpenGL, but still
Normal.
manageable. Yeah,
It
because
seems to me
OpenGL is
this.
really
Yeah, but why do you think it's more verbose? Because in terms of code, they are the
like to
same.
make a cube rotate. It's a lot of shit, and I don't remember it being this complex to make a cube rotate. It
No, no,
was
no.
much easier.
it was not because it. No, let me explain this, a couple of things.
I'm not
If
complaining about your code. I'm complaining about an example I'm looking in JavaScript.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. If you skip this and you forget the comments, it's 4 lines.
The
That's not that
what?
bad.
That's not to make a cube rotate, man.
Oh no, no, yes, I don't know. I'm not claiming that this is how you make it rotate.
There's probably an example if you scroll down, like because you're
A
looking at the basic
animation
stuff, right?
example. There is an animation example though.
But that's a
A
2D
rotating
example.
square.
No, that's a 2D example, not a 3D one.
Wait, the game is gonna be 3D?
Of course.
You
Stupid
just
question.
complained the shit out of Lyceum because it was 3D. Uh,
No, it's simple 3D textures. Like it will be pretty. Here. Uh, oh, it's the
Damn.
example. Go to the creating a 3D object using blah blah.
Creating a 3D object using WebGL.
Yeah. Scroll down. All the
Define
way
the
down.
positions. There's
Go down, go down,
positions.
go down, go down. Yeah, that.
That's vibrant colors, dude.
If we get that, it's already 30% of the game.
Man, I don't know how Magenta
I
estimates
mean,
those
of the
percentages.
graphics, of the graphics. I mean, because it's just like tiles, and at best you're just going to animate like a Richie
Bind
and throw in the
buffer.
pieces on the board.
Then you have this thing. Then you have a draw scene function. Okay. You have some matrices, could be rotation, and then you do this thing, and then it does that. Well, just a matter of making the bindings. And here's the cool part: making bindings is parallelizable between us.
We can just go ahead and be off string, just dump and make a lot of bindings,
Yeah,
and
but I
then
think we should not do it in the dumb way. I think if you can make these things modules and then like literally feel like Fable, I think it would make the experience much less painful.
or just dump it in a single file and access by name. That's right.
Like I just said what Magetta wanted back in the day, and now the Dark Magetta says no.
No. What is that? I was not paying attention. What is that send and get?
Yeah, so the difference is, so you can say if something is a method, like in original JavaScript, if something is a
Oh,
method,
right. You're
you use
sending a
send.
message to that method.
Yeah.
You're getting. Okay, got it.
And if you're doing a get, it's because you are basically getting, well, not necessarily for constants, but we are using it for this constant, saying that, hey, this is a function. That's why I think we need to make this a module. This should be a module, this GL thing. Because then we're not gonna have to make this a function. Just gonna be like exactly like in F sharp, like module dot something.
Oh, I think you mean a class, more or less, right?
No,
Which
but in
would be a
Rescript,
function.
a module in Rescript. Uh, then this is a function that takes this and returns this, which is also opaque, so useless.
When you're saying module, you mean an instance of a module, right? That's why I said as an object.
Now, when I say module, I mean module as in OCaml, like these
Yeah,
things.
which to do what you're talking about is an instance of the module. So you can
Yes,
do like yes.
yes. So I think that would make the like if we can put dump all of the garbage uh, under very good nice abstractions, I think this will look much better.
And this language is actually fantastic because it's like doing this in Fable is not nice, right? You can, but it never felt good doing this.
But I don't think making bindings will ever feel good.
This doesn't feel painful at all, man.
Man, you are so inconsistent, Maggot. Sometimes you say stuff that to me is easy, it's painful. And when I say stuff is easy, you say, well, when I say stuff is painful, you say, no, it's easy. Like, come on.
Man, this is very trivial. Like this is very clear syntax to do
No, the only
JS behavior, right?
hassle
On
that I don't
Fable
know how
itself,
we're gonna get
it
around
wasn't
outside of
nice.
try and error is that I asked Nathan how he knows what corresponds to what. And then he said, we don't. We have to click and try it out. So
Yeah,
all of these,
that seems to be problematic indeed. But by the way, send that link on the chat on Mahjong.
Sure. Yeah, so this is the link that I think are
So
gonna
it's good to
save
know.
everyone's lives. So here's what I'm gonna do to finish the recording as well.
Very
I'm
handy.
gonna commit this thing, but I'm not gonna commit
Server,
the
figure
server.
that out.
Wow, that's taking a while. Oh, it's because of the node crap.
Ooh, you didn't put the node on the ignore, right?
I didn't.
Yeah, you need to do that.
It's
Okay,
speaking at
so
10,000.
it's like vomiting. It's
Forgot
uh
what I want.
That's going on the root, right?
yeah, this is on the root.
No, I mean, it's going to the root of your computer.
Oh, you
Yeah, you
mean
need to get
the
rid of the initial slash.
that's true. Thank you guys. Uh damn, my git's taking a while.
I don't
Oh
blame it.
fuck. My git is saying, "Come on, man. Come. Are you joking?"
There's probably like a 50,000 packages on your
Just thousands. It's probably 50 million actually.
50 million.
Wait, but is this
Yeah.
faster if I don't use my git? Git stats. Oh yeah, it is shit tons faster. Okay, so what is the command? It is staged.
It's
Let me.
staged, and you need to do a dot. Yeah, that's going to look at every file.
Oh,
Feita, o primeiro que
there's
volta.
no
Yeah.
initial commit. There's no
Yeah,
initial commit.
we don't have an initial commit yet.
Yeah, but that means that wait. Okay, that worked. So you here,
Do a
yes,
yes, and then again.
and then good. Put the git ignore. There is a node modules
Yeah.
inside the shit. How? Oh,
But
and oh, it is in here. In fact. Okay, by you, by. Okay. So if I open again, nice. So if I okay, let's put this. This is an attempt. This is not gonna go. This is also not gonna go. So if I stage client, do you guys think is gonna not stage node modules?
it shouldn't.
So boom. Um, okay, so then initial commit. Let us make bindings. And yes, it is in there. I'm gonna finish the recording.